Where have I been? Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Simply Selicia. It's been a while, which is the sentence that I start with like probably the last 5 or 6 of my videos, because it has really been a while and consistency has gone out the window long ago. I've sat down to make videos in the in-between time since I last, it's been a long time since I uploaded just like a sit-down vlog like this. Yeah, it's been a long time, and I have tried and sat down and made videos in the in-between time, but I just didn't like them. I don't know. I was under a lot of stress. It wasn't an energy that I wanted to bring to the space. There was just a lot going on. Ooh, I'm gonna sneeze, making an ugly face. Sorry. Overall, I just kept trying until I thought I would find, until I, made something that I wanted to be out there, and this is being uploaded, so hey, we finally got it. But for real, I really was going through a lot of stuff, and I feel like on the positive side, I did have this creative spark. I was having fun. I was pushed, not by anybody else. I just felt like, let's just try and start a business and do something and have fun, and that's what I've been doing. And I did start, and I was kind of at a creative peak for the time, and I was so excited and having such a great time. But then also, then all of the bad things started happening. So simultaneously, underneath that really positive thing that I still find really positive, I'm still doing it, still having a good time doing it, is the fact that I had a major family emergency, and I went from that to I was detained by the police and I had to go to court. And then I had a cancer scare, and I was also facing a very real reality that I had to move out of where I was. So there was a really real reality for a period of time where I was like, I need to start considering what am I going to keep and what I'm not going to keep, because I might not find a place to live on time. So, facing potential homelessness, etc. And it was a lot. And somehow I made it through all of that back around to another positive of being able to see J-Hope and TXT at Lollapalooza. Seriously? Seriously, that's how it was. And I was just under this crazy amount of stress. I couldn't there's nothing I could foresee. I didn't know what was going to happen next. And even though some of this was spaced out, some of it was back to back. I was just what's going on? What am I going to do? I never felt totally hopeless, but I was losing, my grip. I was not sure what was going to happen next. There was many moments of just desperation, especially trying to find somewhere to live, where it's just I need to find something. I don't know, you don't want to sacrifice some of the things that you know that you need if you're gonna move, because I was moving from a very affordable place, but it lacked so many things that, living anywhere else you would just have. The lack of kitchen cabinets that I've complained about 1,000,001 times. Luckily for me, in this new place, I have so many kitchen cabinets, but there's just so many things that your mind is cycling through, where it's there's a lot of places in between when I knew I needed to move and looking out here, where it was I'm just now kind of getting messages from people saying, hey, you can come tour, that I sent out months ago. And we knew 3 months ahead of when we left that we needed to find a place, but it was so hard because it was before the school year, so families are moving, and families get priority. They're always going to get priority. They have kids, they're going to get priority. So there's a lot of people who, people who were ready for to buy a house, but it's not worth buying a house right now because the market sucks, but they have money saved up, so it's easy for them to just get an apartment, because buying a house is crazy right now. So it's just super competitive, and it would be every time you tour a place, 5 minutes after that somebody else already got it, stuff like that. So and not having like savings or anything else. It was just a very like insecure moment, an insecure place to be in, and to have all that other stuff like medical issues and family issues and everything else kind of like stacking up on top. I was just so stressed. Like, there's still things my like body and mind are still processing at this moment. So I am lucky enough to say that it's resolved for the most part, and you know, like I said, I'm still having fun like developing business and kind of jumping into that. But I was also lucky enough to, well, the court case and the police thing was ludicrous in and of itself, so it was kind of thrown out, so I didn't have to worry about that after a while. But they, like, I still went to court the first time, and they're like, hey, you gotta come back, and it was just this whole thing where they were like trying to take my car and everything else at the time that they were stopping me. Maybe I'll make a video about it, let me know. That's one of the videos I sat down and made a video about it when I was like really emotional about it. I feel like I could talk about it easily now because it's resolved and it's passed, but if you guys want me to try again for a video, let me know and I'll work on it and see if it is something that I'm, you know, really willing to talk about. It's nothing like a crime or anything. I was just very much profiled and had to go through the whole system, but it's easy to get caught up in the system, let me tell you. So that resolved itself because the court like threw the case out. They're like, no, we don't care. They're like, whatever. So after dragging me along for a while, that was resolved. And then also between that, I had a cancer scare where my doctors were like, hey, we need to test for this, this, and this, because you might have this rare blood cancer and all these other things, and that could explain some of the stuff you've been experiencing and the issues that you've had in the last like year or whatever. So I went and I did like my tests, I did like my routine follow-ups, and at one point I did go to the ER because I was having a, you know, pretty severe panic attack, which it's all tied to like my breathing, etc. I haven't had asthma like my entire life, but there's just times where I'm clearly like panicking and not realizing that I'm panicking, and I just need to calm down until it's too late and I'm sitting in the ER and I'm like, okay, what's wrong with me? But all of that was resolved. I'm, you know, lucky enough to say that all the tests are fine. I do not have cancer, thank goodness, and I have a bullet point like sheet over here. I just want to make sure I touch everything that I was like missing in the last like 2 months. And yeah, I am reporting to you from my new apartment. Everything is good. I really like this place. I feel very at home. It's very comfortable. The cats are really loving it. Like, they are enjoying it because there's like a patio, they can see outside. It's really nice. It's really finally feeling like that calming energy, and it's especially moving out of my first, you know, apartment as an adult. I was there for 7 years, and it's really nice to move on, but it's also nice to be able to look back and be like, you grew up a lot. Like, you know, I went through a lot there, and good and bad, and it is a nice feeling of like, hey, if you can weather that storm, especially everything that happened back to back in the last few weeks, you're gonna hold up well in what the future like throws to you, because you never know and anything can happen. But I am really dedicating my body and my mind power to be ready for stuff like that, and to be smarter about it, and just trying to maintain this mindset. I'm in a good place, and more and more opening myself up to letting other people help, because, you know, not a single one of those things that I mentioned was done alone at all. And throughout, I still very much have the tendency to shut down or play things close to the chest, etc. And you know, there's always going to be things that I'm working on, and being able to look back and realize that I still released a lot more of that like control tendency that I have, even more than I ever have before, was nice. It feels good. It feels like progress. And like I said before, I'm always going to be taking steps forward and back, but it does feel like growth in a way that it never has before. And, you know, maintaining that mindset means seeking out a therapist and seeking out for like longer term support for, you know, my health journey. And there's just so much more to do, and feeling okay to say that I need help and I need support of like professionals and other people to make that happen is nice, and that I'm going to invest in myself because I'm important. There's only me. In all of this, I was there for me and I will invest in me, and I am lucky enough to have people who are also there for me out in the world, and family and friends, etc. But it's not fair to constantly, or like, it's not fair to have that expectation that they are like always going to be there or always have the energy to be there, because they have their own things to do. So that's why I want to invest in myself to maintain as much as I can, and I will still lean on them and still lean on, you know, community, etc., because that's just what we do. But I also need to be able to lean on myself and get myself up to par, etc., for dealing with stuff, just whatever life has in store. And for me, that means seeking out a therapist and seeking out help for like physical health, etc. And I hope that this can be a sign to other people to find that for yourself as well, and to find, you know, yourself getting more comfortable in investing in yourself. And it doesn't have to mean like monetarily, just investing in whatever it is you need to do to feel like you can get through tomorrow better, and, you know, just keep moving forward. Because honestly, the first step for me was just letting myself rest. I like gave up trying to like force myself to be productive all the time. That was killing me. And for you, it could be anything. Whatever it is that you feel like you want to try starting to release it, let it go, because you'll feel so much better. And I hope you find what that thing is soon, and that you can work towards it. As for me, I will be back with more stuff. There's so many things and ideas that I have, especially with this business. I want to show like the process and things that I've been working on. And I just hope that all of you guys are doing okay, whoever may be watching. And, you know, let me know what's going on for you in the comments. I will see you guys next time. Please, please take care of yourself, and we can still continue to take care of each other. And I hope things keep working out, because I know I had a whirlwind. I know other people have had whirlwinds, and I just hope that we got this together. So if you like what I do on this channel, please like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.